Hello, children of God. How are you doing? I hope you all are doing fine and you all are keeping safe. My name is Effie Knight and I welcome you back to the CPA Shadrack Show, the #1 online show that teaches you how to create and manage wealth. On today's episode, we are graced by an amazing guest who is none other than CPA Shadrack Adino. And today we're going to tackle a very key point on wealth creation and management, and that is career choice and employment. This is a very key point because before you get to financial independence, you have to be employed. You have to choose a career to get employed, and that is what we are going to tackle today. CPA Shadrack, welcome back to the CPA Shadrack Show.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to know, why did you choose to be a CPA, a certified public accountant? Why this line of work? Why couldn't you be a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, or any other thing?
Thank you for that good question. Now, in the choice of my career, certified public accountant, in short CPA, I was guided by 4 principles. The first principle was about passion. I felt I loved to be called an accountant.
Okay.
Now, the second principle is about my academic strength. When I was in school, I used to love mathematics. And I got to be guided and told that with the mathematics, you should try accountancy because accountancy also has a lot of mathematics in it. Number 3, marketability. Now, I used to hear advertisements about accountant. Whenever I used to have access to a newspaper, I used to see so many advertisements about accountants. So the marketability of CPA also attracted me into choosing CPA as my career. And then finally, I used to hear even post-employment, people used to work and get money. So the career vision of CPA also drove me into choosing CPA as a career because I was thinking that would I continue earning money even after leaving employment? And the answer was yes. So in summary, the 4 principles guided me into choosing CPA as my career. Number 1, my academic strength, my passion, marketability, and vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Following your lecture on career choice and employment, I heard you mention the same 4 key points. That is passion, academic strength, marketability, and career vision.
Yes.
Again, you have mentioned it here that these are the key points that guided your path to accountancy.
Yes.
Would you please explain how these 4 key points would affect one's career choice?
Yeah. Thank you very much once again for that question. Again, career choice guided by 4 principles: passion, marketability, academic strength, and career vision. Now, in life, we need to be very practical. And I thank God for this show that we are not going to talk on matters of theory. We are going to be as practical as possible. Now, passion is very important because you need to do what you love. In matters of employment, matters of career choice, I would really guide people that don't do something for the sake of doing it. Okay. Do something that you feel you're passionate about. Do something that you will enjoy doing it. That is where passion now comes in. So I would guide somebody who is looking for a career to choose that make sure that number 1 point is love that career. If you find that you have a love for that career, please go for it. The second principle is about academic strength. Once you've developed love for a particular career, ask yourself, do you have academic strength to pursue that career? I've just talked of CPA as my career of choice. Why? Because I had strength on matters of mathematics. And CPA has a lot of mathematics in it. So even if you love a particular line or a particular career, ask yourself, do you have strength on subjects that will lead you to that career? Are you academically strong in that line of career? If the answer is yes, go for that career. Now the third point is marketability. Even if you love that career, even if you're academically strong to pursue that career, the third question you should ask yourself, is that career marketable? Because even if you love it, even if you have academic strength and the career has no market, it will not help you. We're investing a lot of money in taking our children to school. Students are also investing a lot of money in pursuing courses in school. Now, after school, there should be return. Any investment should have a return. You should ask yourself, will there be returns in this line of career that I'm pursuing it? If the answer is yes, that it will help me generate returns, then pursue it. That is where marketability becomes relevant. Don't pursue a career which will not generate for you resources. If it is marketable, if employers are looking for it, if it keeps being advertised on the daily newspapers, then that should be a signal that this career is marketable. I will not tarmac for many years. I will graduate and get a ready market for it. So you should consider marketability as a guide to career choice. Number 4, career vision. Now, career vision, as I have explained before, is looking beyond employment. You should ask yourself, after I leave employment, will this career help me continue generating money for me? That is what guided me, career vision. I was asking myself, yes, I will get employed, but what about after employment? Therefore, whatever I will be or whatever I will do with this career post-employment should also be a guideline on my career choice. Therefore, if somebody is looking for a career of choice, please consider even the 4th item. After resigning or after retiring, will that career of choice help you generate income post-employment? If the answer is yes, please go for that career.
Wow.
Yes.
From what I have heard you say, these 4 principles, they go hand in hand.
Yes.
Right? Let me ask, if the career I loved is no longer marketable, what would you advise me to do?
Very good. You loved it, but because of the dynamics of the current world, it happens that it is no longer marketable. Probably technology have overtaken it. What do we do? I think that is a very good question, especially for the current generation. Now, my answer remains, if it is no longer marketable, but you still love it, please give priority to the market. Because there is no need to invest a lot of money in school only to graduate with a career that has no market. You shall have thrown your money, the money shall have sunk at that time, you shall have no returns on your investment. Please change. Why should you change? Because you are looking for an investment that will give you returns. You are looking for a career into which you are going to put money and you are expecting that money to have returns after graduating. Please change your career. Be guided by the 4 principles still. Love it, yes, but look for the market. If it has market, go for it. If the market is no longer there, change to another one that has market.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Let me just ask again.
Yes.
Which one comes first? Is it passion? Is it academic strength? Is it the marketability? Because if I loved a career and it's no longer marketable, you advise me to change to the marketable one. How about if I have no academic strength for this marketable one? Which one comes first? Is it the academic strength or is it the marketability? Can I just go for a marketable course however much I have no academic strength for it?
That's a very good question. If I would give weighting to the 4 principles of passion, academic strength, marketability, and career vision, I would give a lot of weighting to marketability of a career.
Okay.
Please, you love it, but ask yourself, will it help generate income for me? Do you know you will not eat passion?
Yeah.
Do you know you will not eat academic strength. What will give you food on the table is marketability of a particular career.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So here, marketability comes first.
In my opinion, marketability should be given a higher weighting.
Fine.
Yes.
And CPA would like to ask you, for wealth creation, employment is key, right?
Yes.
With the current unemployment rate being at 6.6%,
Yes.
and the unemployment percentage is currently at 40.2%,
Yes.
do you think it's still possible to actually choose a career and get employed eventually with these current statistics?
Yeah, that question is very relevant for today. For sure, the rate of unemployment is high.
Yeah.
For sure, the percentage of people who are unemployed is also high.
Okay.
Now, I agree getting employment could be a challenge. But my answer to your question is yes, it is very possible to get employment even today. Now, let me explain why it is possible to get employment today. Even if employment rate is not growing, can I tell you, naturally speaking, and to be very realistic, people keep retiring. And as people retire, there will be vacancies to be filled. Therefore, the fact that there will be vacancies to refill when people retire means that it is still possible to be employed today. Number two, it is natural that people die. People who die create vacancies for other people to be employed. So even if employment rate does not grow, there will always be vacancies to be filled. Therefore, the answer is yes, it is still possible to get employed even with the current high unemployment rate.
Wow, and your first reason is because people retire.
Yes.
I once heard of someone who was still employed at the age of 85. How are you going to convince our viewers who are fresh graduates that people actually retire and we want people to fill their positions?
In fact, somebody still employed at 85 is a very rare case. It is possible to get people with those very special talents. But normally, ordinarily, you would expect that people would reach retirement age, retire, and create vacancies for people to be hired again.
Okay.
Yes.
So dear viewers, we still have opportunities to get employed. People retire, naturally people die, we still have vacancies to be filled. Now, CPA Shadrack, to get employed, one has to begin with a job search.
Yes.
Now, to get a job, one must first prepare a good CV.
Yes.
How do you describe a good CV to our viewers who are now currently searching for jobs?
Thank you once again for that question. I want to agree that a CV is one of the tools for marketing somebody who is looking for a job. And again, I want to say that a CV is almost the first point of interaction between a potential employer and a job seeker. Therefore, a CV should be done quite well. Now, if you want your CV to market you as a graduate seeking employment, please ensure that you do a very good CV, which has the following ingredients within it. Let the CV say something about you. In other words, give the employer some personal information about yourself. The employer might want to know when you were born, how old you are, something about your background, something about your age, something personal about you.
Yeah.
The next item the employer would want to know is your academic qualification. Tell the employer what are your academic qualifications, what kind of academics you have done in school. If it is O levels, tell the person you're an O level graduate. If it is a bachelor's, if it is master's, let the employer know something about your academic qualification. The third item is let the employer also know something about your professional qualification. If you are looking for a job to do with accountancy, tell the employer something about your professional qualifications in terms of CPA and up to what level. The next item the employer would want to know to find on your CV is something to do with your work experience. Tell the potential employer how experienced you are, how many years you've been working in what kind of positions. Then in addition to the level of experience that you have, let the employer know something that you've achieved in life in terms of your professional career. Tell the employer that as an accountant, I've been able to achieve A, B, C, D. As an auditor, I've been able to achieve this A, B, C, D. Tell the employer something unique about your achievement. Let the employer also get some information about your references. Who are your referees that can be referred to? Let the employer also know something about your hobbies. So I want to say, in summary, that a CV is the first point of contact between you and your employer. Give your employer a summary about your personal life, academic life, professional life, employment life, social life, as summarized as possible on your CV. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CPA Shadrack. Now you have told us how to prepare a good CV.
Yes.
We have prepared a good CV as per your guidelines. Now we are seeking for these jobs.
Yes.
But most employers usually want 2 to 3 years of experience.
Yes.
And this is something that fresh graduates find as a challenge. How would you advise these fresh graduates what they would do so as to fit in the job market? Address if your audience now are fresh graduates, what would you tell them?
Good.
To fit in the current job market or just in the job market? Most employers want 2 to 3 years of experience.
Good. Now, if I am to address fresh graduates that are seeking for employment, I would want them not to blame employers that look for experienced candidates, because employers are not in the business of employing people. Okay. Employers are in the business of generating profits for their businesses. Therefore, they will always be looking for people who can deliver, people who can help them maximize profits. And these are people who are experienced on whatever field they're being hired for. Therefore, they have all the rights to look for people who are going to be hired and start delivering immediately. That's why they are looking for people who have years of experiences. Now, to the graduates, I want to help you. When you want to position yourself to be hired by these employers, start by volunteering your services. Don't start by asking for people to pay you money when they employ you. You might not get such employers. Just knock on doors and volunteer your services. Give these potential employers free services. As you give them free services, by the way, let me tell you, employers will readily accept you if you are offering pro bono services. They will readily accept you. But as you give them free services, you will be getting experience. Assume you are in another college, and that college is a college of getting experience. They will easily and readily hire you. And as they get your free services, you will also be, on the other hand, benefiting by getting experience. Therefore, if you want to position yourself to be among those who are considered that have years of experience, start by offering free services. You never know. A place where you offer free services might have a vacancy. And that vacancy, the best person that will be engaged in that vacancy will be you, who was offering a pro bono services. So that is going to be my advice to graduates who want to position themselves for the job market.
Wow, so in other words, you're telling fresh graduates to expect no formal job until we volunteer for 2 to 3 years.
Very good question. In the meantime, as you look for a formal employment, I want to add, please look for something called informal employment. Look for somewhere where you can generate income, even if it is just hawking, even if it is just construction or mijengo. Look for something that can engage you and occupy you so that you don't remain idle for long. Remember, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So that your mind does not become a devil's workshop, I want to encourage you, throw application letter to any place that you can consider. But as you wait for these employment letters to be responded to, Engage in something constructive that will keep you busy. Even if it is not in line with what you did in school, let it be something that can help you generate income, even if it is irrelevant, provided it will keep you busy, provided it will help you generate some money. Engage on anything as you wait for those doors to open.
Wow. So CPA Shadrack, you have told us how to write a CV. We have written, we have looked for a job. Now let's assume you are employed. We want to get it from you. How did you manage to create wealth while employed so that we can use the same criteria? How did you manage to create wealth while you were employed?
Thank you for that good question. Employment is very key to wealth creation. In my personal life, while I was employed, I used to set aside some money in form of savings. So I used my employment as a vehicle to help me get money to save for my future business. As I explained in some previous episode, I said savings of money that I generated from employment helped me to go back to college. Savings helped me to acquire property that I now have. So in short, I used my employment to create wealth by setting aside money for my future life.
Wow, you've come a long way. Take a sip.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You've really come a long way. That was a short commercial break for us. Now, let me ask you.
Yes.
Now, you managed to create wealth while employed.
Yes.
And just going back to the lecture you gave us on career choice and employment,
Yes.
you mentioned something like a threshold or like someone should reach a point in time where they step out to start a business, their own business. Now, I want to ask, is there a threshold or point in time where someone should step out and start their own business while they are employed?
Good. I would say the answer to that question is yes. If you're asking me whether there's a point in time where somebody is now ready to step out, again, I repeat, the answer is yes. Now, this is why it is yes. Now, remember, you don't have to step out prematurely. Otherwise, you will feel like going back to employment, yet you thought you are now past employment. Stepping out requires proper planning. Now, for you to be able to step out to your own business, I want to tell you, decide what kind of business you want and decide it long enough while you are still in employment. Step number 2, do some calculation. How much will this business cost me to start? Step number 3, save money. Once you've reached the threshold of savings and you have acquired the money that can help you start up that business, that is the time to step out. I repeat, don't step out prematurely. Decide what kind of business you want to run. Decide by doing calculation how much it will cost to start that business. Save an amount of money that is equivalent to the startup capital. Once you've gathered that amount of money that is enough for starting your business, that is the point of time to step out. Yes, there is a time that you need to step out, but not prematurely.
Well, audience, dear viewers, we need to step out, but not prematurely. Now, CPA Shadrack, I want you to just advise your audience, fresh graduates, those who are yet to be employed and those who are employed already, how they can maneuver through and actually create wealth through this life.
Thank you. Now, dear viewers, you could be looking for employment, or you could already been employed and you're wondering how to step out. Now, I want to tell you, please, there's time for everything. If you are a fresh graduate or you are still in school, let me begin there. Please choose a career. Choose a career, and that career should be one that is marketable, that will enable you to get employment not very many years after graduating. It should be a career that you will tarmac for a short duration of time. Now, having chosen that career, look for a job. Looking for a job it entails doing an application letter and doing a very good CV. Once you have submitted your applications and CV, I want to advise you, engage on something constructive, something that is going to help you generate money. It doesn't have to be in line with what you did in college or in school. Let it be something that will keep you busy and it will help you generate money. Once a door of employment opens, I want to tell you, give your all to that employer. Be committed to that employer. Be dedicated, be trustworthy, be a person of integrity. Give that employer everything, knowing that that is a ground where you are planting what you expect to harvest in your own business in future. If you become somebody untrustworthy, somebody who engages in all kind of malpractices, remember that is what you are going to harvest. So employment gives you an opportunity to plant what you expect to harvest in your own business. While you are still employed, please set aside some money. Remember, I said in some presentation that you cannot create wealth, you cannot be wealthy, you cannot be rich while you are still employed. In my own belief, I am saying you need to engage in your own business to be wealthy. Therefore, while you are employed, save some amount of money. That amount of money should be aimed at helping you start up your own business. So use employment constructively and let it be a point, a transition which will land you to your own business where you are going to create your own wealth. That is my advice to you, my dear listeners.
Wow, thank you so much, CPA Shadrack, for such a good advice. We all can agree that this industry is a journey. We have to put our hearts into it. We have to keep on keeping on, no giving up. And that was CPA Shadrack Show, the #1 online show that teaches you how to create and manage wealth. And we had none other than CPA Shadrack, your all-time go-to doctor anytime you have financial issues. Till next time, bye. May God bless you.
And thank you. I also pray that God's blessings will be upon your life. Please remember to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and please like this channel. In addition, finally, kindly share this video with everybody that you have in your contacts. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.